Namaskaram. So we looked at genetics and why they don't play an important role in why we are so sick. As I mentioned, there are conditions which are clearly genetic, like Down syndrome, for example. But we do know that even in such situations or conditions, if you improve the diet and lifestyle and the environment, these children have healthier and longer life. So, in this context, let us look at it this way: the habitat, that's the environment you live in, and the inhabitants, those who live in that environment. I've mentioned this before. If an animal is sick, if we were to put this animal back in the natural environment, then they thrive. So, the same thing applies to humans. So if you want to look at the habitat, the environment, sadly for some of us or most of us, it may be difficult to change. If you live in the polluted, toxic cities, there's nothing much you can change about the air, where you can still try to drink clean water. You can still get exposure to sunlight. You can take time off to go and exercise. So you can to make adjustments to get the best of the habitat you have. You can go into a green lung and do a lot of exercise and breathing. So these are the changes or adaptations that you can make if you are not living in the perfect world. But the inhabitants can actually do a lot to be healthy. What are the things that we can do? I've mentioned this before. Start with a healthy diet. Do away with the junk and refined foods, sugar and dairy. Start exercising. Start getting sun exposure. Start sleeping early and keep your body always alkaline. Have positive attitude. Happiness is all within you. It doesn't come from outside. You have to be happy for what you are and who you are, and happiness is within you. And you should be socially connected. So, all these are important. How to make this happen? Now, for many of my patients, also, when I introduce these changes, it can be difficult to change. So, I leave the choice to them because I always tell my patients this: advice is mine, making the right choice is your effort. So some people can make the right choice and make a 180-degree turn very quickly. And for most people, if that is difficult, you have to ask yourself one question. Say, for example, you want to put in the effort for 30 days, a month. What can you do? Can I change my diet for 30 days? Can I start exercising for 30 days? Can I start sleeping early for the next 30 days? Can I go out in the sun for the next 30 days? Can I do breathing exercise? All these are your choices. So the choice that you make decides your health and longevity. It is not lifespan that is not which is important. It is health span which actually tells you how long you are living and how healthily you are living. So a lot of things matters if you make the changes. So if you are willing to make the changes, and that change depends on the choices that you want to make. So that those choices are how you condition yourself. If you condition yourself that you want to make the changes, and there should be consistency, it should be regular, then these changes, often after 3 weeks, it becomes a habit. So if you look at ancient cultures, most of these, like for example, if you want to do fasting, if you want to do some prayers, most of this is done for 21 days, because we know scientifically that the brain can be rewired in 21 days. So you can learn, you can unlearn. You can learn good habits, you can unlearn your bad habits. So the consistency and regularity are important. But first of all, you should ask yourself, are you willing to change for the better? Do you want to live healthier? Do you want to live longer? Because absolutely it doesn't make sense to be obese or to be a diabetic or to be a hypertensive or to be on any kind of treatment for most all the diseases. You don't have to be. The body can actually heal itself. You only need to change the habitat, whatever you can within your means, and change the inhabitants, how they look at life and health. Thank you.